Now bring out the surface from the side of the shank, the one that we had hidden. So hide the ring and bring back this surface. And right now what we're going to do is we're going to design the logo that's going to go on the side here, the shield setup. I'm going to have the Rhino logo and the year and maybe a few little stars or something. So uh, this time you can get creative and do whatever design it is you're putting on the side of the ring. Just make sure as you're drawing that you give yourself the right clearances. Don't get too close. Don't make things too small that later on machines cannot reproduce it. So make sure you know the specs of the manufacturing process so that you don't make something too small. So using arcs, curves, and different curve tools, go ahead and draw the shield outline for the side of your ring. I'll go ahead and skip to where I have that completed so they can move on to the lettering and the logo. Here we go. Now we're going to add the lettering, so we'll put the year 2008. And notice you can change fonts, whatever fonts you have installed in Rhino, in Windows, Rhino will recognize them. So pick a font that goes with your ring or that you like. I'm looking for something rectangular or geometric, so let's see what we have through here. I'm just scrolling through my fonts. So this is the one I chose. We'll go ahead and make sure it's curves. And we'll click OK, and we'll place it in there right by the ring. And we'll do some scaling and some adjustments now. So 1 dimension or 2 dimension scale. Let's get the snaps out of the there. From here, scale to there. Make sure you line it up, however. I'm going to select it now and scale it in 1 dimension. Making shorter. There we go. Okay, now we're going to shape the numbers to the shape of the shield. So we're going to transform, cage edit. We'll use a bounding box with the world coordinates, and we'll leave all the settings default right now. We'll hit enter, make it global. And now as we deform this cage of points, we'll be able to shape those numbers a little bit better to the shield. So we can rotate the edge points over here. Let's take off the ortho. Adjust as necessary. Once you do this side, go ahead and do the other side. We'll go ahead and skip to the finish number after all the moving of all these points. Now let's move on to the logo. I already have the Rhino logo saved from a previous drawing that I made in vectors, so I'll go ahead and import it. I go to my projects folder and find the Rhino logo vectors. There we go. I'll bring it in here, and I'll have to do some orientation and scaling. So quickly I need it from the front, orient, remap to C-plane, and remap it to the right view. There we go. And now we need to scale it and place it within the the space that we would like it to be, so we'll make it smaller. Scale 2D. Bring it into the ring. Maybe a little bit smaller. Right around there. Take off the snap so we can move freely. Make any slight adjustments that are necessary. Make sure not to deform the Rhino logo, but make any adjustments that are necessary for the object to actually work in when it's being manufactured by any machine. And to fill in the empty space, I'm going to add a few small little stars. So we'll use the polygon star tool. So we'll go ahead and five points. And we'll place the first one right around there. And one more here. And fill in whatever places you think that you can put a star to fill in the spaces, just to make it look nicer. Now we have our logo shield on the side drawn over here. We need to project it, so let's bring back our surface, which is hidden with the ring. So we'll go to the hidden objects, pick the surface, bring that back, and notice that we can't project it on that side. We have to get this and mirror over to this side, to the left side, so that it will project correctly, not mirrored. So now we can project. We select the curves, enter, select the surface, enter, and our curves are now projected onto our surface. We'll put away the central drawing. This is what it looks like. Make sure that it looks good and it's in the right place. So we'll go ahead and split the surface with all the curves. And what we're going to do is we'll delete this part, and we will delete this part, and the stars, the parts of the logo, and the letters, the numbers. We'll select the curves, we get rid of them, and then we can offset solid. So we'll go to our offset tool, surface tools, offset. We can activate solid, both sides, and use 0.6 just like we did before. And we press enter. And we'll delete the original. Now we need to take our shape, our solid shape here, and rotate it 180 degrees. Make sure you don't mirror it. If you mirror it, the letters on the other side will be the wrong way. So make sure that you rotate. From the center point, with copy option, 180 degrees. Enter. There we go. And enter to finish. Now we have both sides, 2008. 2008. Now we bring back our ring, and all we need to do now is do our Boolean difference. From the ring, let's remove that shape, and from the ring, let's remove this shape, and go ahead and Boolean each part, all the different pieces. You can do them all together at the same time. I find it that the Booleans work much faster if you do one at a time, or the big objects first and then the smaller objects, and just to keep it simpler. After all the Booleans, you should have your model completed, and you can apply some materials and place a stone in there and render it, and it should look something like this.